When the moon is high and the shadows fall tall, stay very still, don't move at all. If you hear a peck, don't let it in. Cover your head and shut out the din. When the night is dark and the creatures prowl, like and subscribe, or they will howl. What's that outside my tent? By Teddy Snuggletail for comfy corner time. Listen very carefully. The question for this story is, what did the wolf turn out to be in the end? Answers at the end. It's finally summer! Yay! Tonight, said Petra, we're going camping at the bottom of the garden, by the woods. Oh, giggled Jay. All their equipment sat in a pile by the door. A tent, 2 sleeping bags, a torch, a big bag of crisps, because what's camping without a midnight feast, and 2 bottles of water. As the sun set and the stars peeked out, Petra and Jay pulled on their pyjamas. Torch in hand, they tiptoed out of the house. Shush, whispered Jay. We don't want to wake anyone up. Oh, how they giggled as they tiptoed across the lawn to the tent. The garden security light flooding the way with a warm, soft glow. Once inside, they zipped it up tight. This is going to be so much fun, Petra said, settling into her sleeping bag. But then the security light went out. Uh-oh, Jay murmured. Luckily for them, the big bright moon lit up the tent, just enough for them to see each other. Out of nowhere, a funny shadow appeared. It flew past the tent like a giant monster. What was that? Whispered Jay, eyes wide with fear. Petra grabbed the torch and flicked it on. The shaky light danced on the tent roof. The monster returned. This time it pecked at the tent. Peck, 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 bouncing with a thud off the side. Turn it off, cried Jay. Quick as a flash, the torch was out, and the pecking stopped. I think it was just a bird, she said, trying to sound brave. In that moment, they realized they were trapped, in the dark, because turning on the light attracted monsters. All of a sudden, a terrifying scream came from the woods behind. Oh, that's not normal. I don't like it. Petra trembled. A massive, giant, wolf-like creature entered the garden, its eyes glowing in the dark. Terrified, Petra and Jay held on to each other, trembling. Don't turn on the torch, whispered Jay. Remember, monsters come to the light. They sat shivering as the wolf crept closer. Crunch, 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 leaves breaking under its big, padded foot. Suddenly, the security light tripped on. A magnificent shadow loomed against the tent wall, then circled around them. Jay put his hand down to steady himself, right on top of the crisp packet. Bang! It popped. The wolf scampered away in fright. Phew, said Petra. That was close. But their relief was short-lived. The wolf returned, bigger and angrier this time. It's coming closer, Petra whispered, her heart pounding out of her chest. What do we do? Asked Jay, gasping. The wolf was at the door. Just as they were about to let out a scream, it started purring, and then meow, meow. Petra laughed. It's just my cat. Shadow, true to his name, had been prowling in the garden. You scared us silly, said Petra, hugging him tight. Laughing with relief, Jay yawned. Oh, let's go back inside, where it's safe. They grabbed their sleeping bags and ran back to the house, giggling all the way. Snuggled up in their beds on the sitting room floor, Petra sighed. Ah, this is much better. No more monsters for tonight, said Jay. Meow, meow. Only him, they giggled. Petra and Jay learned a lot that night. They learned about shadows and noises, and how sometimes the scariest things can turn out to be not so scary after all. Have you been listening carefully? Do you know what the wolf was in the end? Yes, that's right. It was only Shadow, Petra's cat. Well done. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. If you've enjoyed today's story, why don't you pop over to the channel where you'll find many more exciting adventures for you to enjoy. Thank you for watching.